This clip is brought to you by BackThatOnline.com. These fam, so we definitely want to shed some light on BG's case, and definitely want to say shouts out to BG, aka Doogie, the heart of the streets. Definitely one of the hardest and the realest to come out of Cash Money and New Orleans. So definitely a legend in the hip hop game, not one that should be forgotten. BG, real name Christopher Dorsey. BG made his start with Cash Money Records with the Hot Boys, and he went on to do his own stuff and release his own label, Chopper City Records, and release his own music through his label. So, BG was definitely doing a lot of big things in the city, made a lot of great music with Soulja Slim, C Murder, and many others. In the later stages, he released a dual album with Boozy entitled 22504, putting the two area codes and stuff together, which was definitely dope. But in 2012, BG was sentenced to 14 years in a federal prison, getting caught up in some issues. On November the 3rd, 2009, it was reported that he was arrested in New Orleans, Louisiana, after police pulled over his Tahoe for what they say was a routine traffic stop, and it's rumored that he was leaving the home of a girl, uptown New Orleans, and he was stopped by police in the east. And during the search, they say they found 3 guns, 2 which were allegedly reported stolen, and they say BG was booked into the Orleans Parish Jail on illegal carrying of weapons charges. So he appeared in court on November the 5th and was given a bond, which nobody really knew too much what was going on until February the 11th, 2010, when he appeared in court and entered his not guilty plea. But on July 18th, 2012, BG was sentenced to 14 years in a federal prison for gun possession and witness tampering. So it's been a long time that BG's been sitting, and we've seen different reports over the years just in terms of when he could be coming home. It was reported that the government actually wanted him to stay locked up for refusing to testify against somebody, an alleged use of drugs in prison is what they say. So according to this article that was published on allhiphop.com last year, it says that BG had been asking the judge for compassionate release and to send him home 3 years early to serve out the rest of his prison sentence under home confinement. But they said no, they refused it, the government claiming that he's full of it. It says the government objects to a reduction of Dorsey's sentence as there is no extraordinary or compelling reason for a reduction of sentence due to the COVID-19 pandemic, as Dorsey has no serious health issues and has been fully vaccinated from the COVID-19 virus. He simply argues that he has been rehabilitated and that his sentence was unjust. So we do feel his sentence was unjust. What do you guys think? Was that just sentence for what he was caught with? We know how hard it can be for rappers, especially in the game. I'm not saying it like, every rapper should be rolling around pistoled up, but I believe there was extenuating circumstances to why he probably had those weapons and stuff. He was a close friend of Soulja Slim who had been murdered and, amongst other things. So there's other things that they should definitely have taken into light and consideration. But the government also added to it by saying that BG was caught using drugs and alcohol on multiple occasions during his prison sentence. Now, that's alleged. They haven't said what or anything, but they just say in March 2021 for alcohol possession and apparently a substance of narcotics in 2019 and 2020. So there's a lot of stuff they've been putting. We can see here where it says the government generally hopes that Mr. Dorsey is well on his way to being rehabilitated. His actions in prison may lead one to ponder the sincerity of his last letter to the court. So we can see some of this court letter here. Courtesy of allhiphop.com. So, and the last thing, what seems to be an issue, they say that BG refused to cooperate and provide information about the murder of an associate that apparently took place in 2014 in Houston, Texas. And they say BG was quoted to say, "I have no comment for the FBI. I do not wish to speak to any FBI agent or outside law enforcement officer. I'm a rapper and do not rat on people." So They say they tried to have a meeting with him that lasted a couple of minutes, BG sticking to the code. And it seems they want to use that against him, you know, by sticking to the 14-year sentence and keeping him in there for as long as they can. So we definitely want to say, you know, shouts to BG, definitely a real one. A recent picture was posted on social media showing BG done in a new look with his dreads, still looking healthy. Hopefully he's keeping his mind right. You know, they can lock your body, but they can't trap your mind. So we definitely want to shout out to salute BG, the heart of the streets, Mr. Chopper City. Peace, family. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and check us out on about.online.com. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook for exclusive playlists and social media for all different types of segments and content.